All right, what's going on? So I just want to come on for a little bit and talk about apologizing. Apologizing, retracting energy, and moving forward from there. So when we talk about apologizing, there's a little catch phrase going around, that, I said what I said, right? Most of the time when you see it, people are using it in a joking manner. But there are quite a few people who really mean that, right? I said what I said. And sometimes, well, most times when we talk, when we say things towards an individual, we are using energy behind it, whether we know it or not, especially if it's something that's it's really, resonating within our soul. And so we say something to an individual and we realize they took it a certain way. And as a defense mechanism, person may say, I said what I said, it is what it is, right? And just kind of leave it at that. So because it is your energy that you sent out when you said whatever it is that you said that could hurt someone's feelings or make them feel a certain way, it's also your responsibility that to be able to retract that energy back when you realize you've made a mistake. Not all things are absolute, not all things are final when energy is sent. So if you wish something bad on someone and you caught yourself later on and you said, I probably shouldn't have said that, I take that back. That is one method of retracting the negative energy, the curse, the spell, the hex that you maybe unintentionally, but you placed on that individual. If you wish certain things on someone that is not of the light, is not good, to bring them harm, demise, you essentially have cursed them. I talked about that in a video earlier on this channel about how curses are done for the most part. Curses Simplified, I think, was the title of the video. So when you realize that you said something that hurt somebody, you call that back. When you wish something bad, you call that back. Because if you leave that energy out there, then you also leave the karma that is to return to you from what you did. So you have to retract it or you will receive it back towards you. And sometimes, when we get karma back towards us, it's not always pleasant, right? Karma usually come back and kick our ass pretty hard. So again, catch it, pull it back. Now, another thing about apologizing is changing one's behavior once you've apologized. Sometimes apologizing just isn't enough. You can tell somebody you're sorry for something that you did, you apologize for something that you did, but if you continue the same behavior that put you in that situation in the first place, are you really apologetic, right? If the person is on the receiving end, they may ask themselves, are you really apologetic when you told me you were sorry? Because you're still doing it. I can't really take your apology serious. I can't take it and say, okay, I believe you and let's move forward, because your behavior hasn't changed. Are you really sorry for what you did? So behavior changes are required along with apologies. Now, how do you do that? Well, being honest with yourself. For me, when I realize I've hurt someone's feelings and, I retract that energy, I sit in myself, I sit in my own silence and, dang, why did I do that? What was I thinking when I did that? What was I feeling when I did that? And then when I realize where the source of that came from, then I deal with that issue. And then once you deal with that issue and you have made a commitment to yourself to change that behavior, you will see immediate results in the changes of behavior because you've already made that commitment. It might not happen overnight, but you'll start to see yourself change over days and weeks. It doesn't have to take long to shift in the behavior. It doesn't have to. But if you commit yourself to it, you recognize it, and you say, okay, I got to make this shift, and you know what type of shift you're going to go into in changing that behavior, it'll happen. It'll happen quickly because you realize you don't like the feeling of that energy within you when you recognize what you did and why you did it. You don't like that feeling. It don't feel good. So you try to change that behavior because you don't want to feel that again. So you apologize, you change the behavior, Okay? And then what do you do after that? You have to forgive yourself, right? You have to forgive yourself. If you know that you apologized and you changed your behavior and it was coming from the heart, it was pure, don't hold yourself hostage over what you did. Take the mistake, right? Take it, learn from it, change behavior, and move forward. Don't hold yourself hostage over things that you've done in the past. Now, you can make things right. I do believe in that. I do believe you should make things right if it's a situation that you can make things right. If you stole something from somebody and you're able to give it back to them, give it back to them. If you stole something from somebody and you're not able to give it back to them, specifically, pay it forward to somebody else. Ask the universe to accept this as payment of your debt that you owe. I took this from an individual. I can't give it back to him. Can you accept this offering as payment for debt because I can't get it back to the person I stole it from? Can I pay this forward to someone who's in need? Right? Equal exchanges of energy. You took energy from someone, you got to now give that energy to someone else that you stole from someone else. I'm talking about from stealing, not just, if someone was giving you energy. But if you took it, then yeah, you got to make that right. Most people believe karma is neither good or bad. It just is. Meaning whatever you put out into the universe, that's what you receive. So if you do something and you don't make it right, it's going to come back around another way. Someone will take from you, right? So you can take control of your destiny by saying, I'm going to pay forward versus allowing the universe to whip my ass and take it from me. Because when that happens, it's going to be worse. So don't hold yourself hostage. Make it right. Make it right with the universe. Make it right with them. Let's say the person, you can't talk to them. You can't talk to them. You can't reach them. They blocked you. Maybe you're in a space where you can't actually say how you feel to the individual. Talk to them in your mind, because a lot of times when we talk even in our head, we send energy towards that individual, right? See that individual in your mind's eye and talk to them there so that they can receive the energy that you're trying to produce, that apologetic energy that you're trying to produce to send to them. Is it always guaranteed that they'll feel it? And no, because they have to be in receive mode as well. It also depends on the state of mind they are in. But I believe that we should at least make an attempt, right? If you hurt somebody, you should at least make an attempt to send apologetic energy to them, let them know that you're sorry, right? It's the least we could do. And then, once you've done that, let's say you have someone who you apologize to, and they kind of start to hold it over your head. Don't allow that to happen either. Don't allow yourself to hold yourself hostage for something that you did, but also don't allow the person that you offended to hold you hostage over it, because now it becomes toxic, right? If you have, again, apologized with a pure heart, you've made the behavior changes, you've done everything that you feel within that you needed to do to make this situation right, it's now on the other person to heal from that as well. And they'll heal from it at their own time. Sometimes you just have to back up and give them that space. Allow them to heal from it. But in retracting that energy that we talked about earlier, retracting that energy back, you allow them to heal as well. So if I sent words that are damaging to someone, that energy now sits within their aura, depending on how their spiritual protection is set up, right? But let's say it got to them because we have cords between each other, so there's open flows of energy between each other. The protection, for the most part, may not protect against that because of the connection we may have, right? I say something damaging, that energy travels through that cord right to the other person. Now it sits within their aura, and it starts to cause damage to them from within. It's hard for them to heal even after you apologize if you haven't retracted that energy, because that energy is still there, so they still feel it. So in retracting the energy back, it gives them time to, or gives them space now to fill that space with something they want: love, light, abundance, whatever it is that they're looking for. but you retract yours. Give them space, which is their space. But some people don't want to heal from it. Some people will hold it over you and attempt to hold you hostage over that. And that's not something you should allow. That's not something you should allow. Allow them to heal. And if they are want to come back in your life and you mutually would like to, join, everything is cool. But sometimes the damage is done and there's no making up from that. Sometimes after the apologies and the behavior changes, the best thing to do is for the two parties to separate and move forward. That's not a loss. That was a lesson you learned in it. That was a lesson they learned in it as well. And you both get to move on to bigger and better things without any hard feelings. So if you're on the receiving end, somebody apologizes and they really feel sincere, allow yourself to feel if the apology is sincere. Allow yourself to see if the behavior changes are being made so that you can really make an assessment so you can let that go. But holding in that energy on either side just causes damage, and other negative energies can attach to that negative energy, and then it grows, right? So when somebody's out and they say, well, how did the entity get attached to me? There was something already attached to you, within you, that the entity had to attach to, right? So that's why you don't want to hold on to negative things, negative thoughts, negative beliefs, negative feelings, because negative attracts negative. And as you're out and about in public, that's what attracts to you, negative, okay? Let go of grudges, right? Somebody wronged you, they apologize, don't hold a grudge. You gotta let go of the grudge for yourself, right? You gotta let go of the grudge for yourself because you don't want to hold that negative energy. So at this time, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do a small little healing session to assist you in having the courage to apologize if that's something that you feel in your heart that you should be doing. To having your heart to receive apologies from those who may have wronged you, if feel in your heart to do so. And I'm going to help you release any grudges that you may be holding, any ill feelings and grudges that you may be holding, so that you can free up that space and replace that energy with something better. I'll show you. So usually when I do healing on a massive level like this, because this is a video, so I don't know how many people are going to watch it, I usually use my staff because I can channel more energy through the staff than typically through my body. So the staff, it just amplifies what's already within me, okay? So I can channel more energy. So I asked before I do this if you could be sitting down, maybe sitting down, because there are times where people get a little bit lightheaded, a little dizzy when I do energy work, especially if some energies are coming from the head space. So if you can sit down, take a deep breath and relax and allow yourself to release these energies, right? And the only thing you have to do for this is, after I say Ashe, you repeat Ashe at that, commanding that you are agreeing to let go of those energies. You can also say Amen. You can say Namaste. You can say thank you. Whatever words come to you of affirmation that allows you to release from the command. So with the Ashe within me, I command not only you but myself to release all thoughts of negativity. Ashe. Feel the energy, feel where it's coming from. I command all grudges within you to be released. Ashe. I fill you with the energy of emotional courage to give you the courage to apologize to those who you need to make things right with. Ashe. I fill you with the emotional courage to receive apologies from those who are sincerely apologetic towards you. Ashe. And just like any session I do at the end, I always like to send some feel-good energy out. So I fill you with the Divine Creator's love, light, and healing. Ashe. As you receive this energy, it may feel like a cool sensation. There may be some tingling here and there as well, as the energy will go where it's needed. And I surround you with the Creator's divine love, light, and protection. Ashe. You may feel this energy on the skin surface as your aura is filled with the Divine Creator's love, light, and protection. I hope this message is received with unconditional love and used for your highest good. Have a good one. I'm Papa T, and I will talk to y'all next time. Ashe.